Hello and welcome to Good Morning Thailand. I'm Jay and this is Tim Newton.
Hello.
Hello, Tim. Right, and welcome viewers to a bright Friday morning. We're live again. It's the last day of the week. It's the weekend. Everyone's excited. Now, a quick disclaimer. There will be a lot of updates before the show actually starts, so I'll try to put some timestamps so if you want to jump to that immediately. However, stay tuned because we have a lot of updates. Let me start off firstly, Tim, by...
You're down a bit today.
I am down a bit today.
Towering over you.
You are. Right.
I'll slump down a bit. I'm standing and he's sitting.
I can't go up because of technical issues. Anyways, no more on that later. The Queensland Thaiger and Dan Moyson. Thank you for being Thaiger legends and supporting the channel.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Your support is very welcome and very appreciated. Also, Thaiger Legends, stay tuned for Natty's 100 Baht Challenge that you can watch today. That video actually goes live for everyone tomorrow. So this is a special series that we're going to be starting. It's called the Thaiger Challenge, where every week we will have a new challenge, something that you can even join us and try yourself as the country reopens and you enter Thailand, as well as a Tale of Two Thais. That's another new segment that we're adding on a Sunday, which is a longer documentary series. This week, Natty has done about Muay Thai. So it's a Tale of Two Thais. It's a little different. It's a little special. It's not your average Muay Thai video. So stay tuned for that as well. Thirdly, thank you to Coffee Culture for sponsoring the show and providing us coffee. Type in the code Thaiger for a 10% discount. And another update, bites at thetiger.com. Now,
just give me a call when you need me, okay?
Now, we came out and said that we're going to start accepting video messages, and
yes.
We've actually now started to receive your video messages, so you can actually send us once again at bites@thetiger.com. That's BITES at thetiger.com. We got video messages from Frank Weston from the Netherlands. We got one from Eric Moose from Mexico, and Mike Gibbs from the UK. What I'm going to do now is, Tim, I want to play a video from Frank Weston. We'll give you a sneak peek of what you can send.
Where's Frank from?
Frank's from Netherlands, and I believe he's with his partner, and he sent us this message.
Hi Tim and Jay, Frank and Rung from the Netherlands here, and Joe Ferrari, as you can see in the background. But what I want to say, which one? And if it's Tiger Bites, I want the whole point of the whole idea. I don't understand it.
All right, now that just shows what we've gotten into. Our viewers, obviously amazing, but absolutely nuts as well.
So he's from the Netherlands.
I believe he's from the Netherlands, yes.
Okay, which part of the Netherlands? He's in a certain part of Amsterdam, I'm thinking.
I'm not sure, but wherever he's from, he's having something special.
Just a note, later in the program, we are speaking about hemp-based face cream.
Cosmetics, yes.
So there may be some correlation between the two.
Frank, no complaints. I don't know what you're on, but I want in.
Good morning to Foxy, who says, morning from Quarantine Hotel. A couple of hours to go. Ha, ha, ha. So it looks like Foxy has arrived in Thailand and is doing that 1 day of quarantine, waiting for his test. Hope your test comes back negative.
Right. For expats and locals living in Thailand who are watching the show, I have some good news for you. Thailand, the land of public holidays, has increased the number of public holidays.
As I scroll down to find the date. So Thailand, which already has, I think, how many days in the year? 365.
That is correct.
So I think Thailand already has 365 days of public holiday each year.
Yep.
And they've added another 4.
Yes.
So they've actually added days to the year.
I think with this added 4, we might be number 2. I believe Thailand was number 3 behind Sri Lanka, and we did a whole segment on public holidays, I remember, on one of the episodes. We'll give you an update on this. But yes, they've added 4 more days. Do we know what the days are?
Yeah, well, Jason's got a graph of all the public holidays in Thailand. Hope you can figure this out. So you got Friday, July, they're all on Friday. Friday, July the 15th, Friday, July the 29th, Friday, October the 14th, and Friday, December the 30th.
Oof.
So basically July, don't bother coming into work.
December 30th is a good one. because
Oh,
then
of
you get
course.
Saturday, Sunday, and a 3-day New Year's. But yeah, I'm guessing Thailand is moving towards a 3-day weekend. Everybody gets to go out and enjoy, spend a lot of money.
Yeah, they want Thai people to get out there and have long weekends and travel. That's sort of what they're trying to encourage. So the land of 1,000
Public holidays.
has now become the land of 1,004 public holidays.
Right. And another last update for today, we have an elephant in the room, but we also have a dragon in the room. What am I talking about?
Well, the elephant in the room, this is in relation to the Thailand Pass.
Yes.
So the government and the TAT have been shouting loudly about the number of people arriving in Thailand this week under the new, well, they say, Thailand Pass. But it's quite obvious that the people who have been arriving this week have not been arriving under the Thailand Pass at all. They've been arriving under the old certificate of entry,
Yes.
or the STV, or some other visa, like the elite visa. There's other visas available. Now people will start arriving under the Thailand Pass, but up to date, all these arrivals have not been Thailand Pass people at all, because it only went online on Monday. And as we've sort of shown, there's been some people who have been successful and been, allowed to upload their information and waiting for approval. There's also been a swathe of people, most of them have contacted us for some reason, who haven't been able to upload all the information required and had software problems. So that's the elephant in the room.
Yes.
The dragon in the room is that in 2019, 11 million people came to Thailand from China.
Wow. Okay.
They are the biggest mix of tourists coming into Thailand. So it's some 26%, I think, of all the international tourists. The problem at the moment is that it's very difficult for Chinese people to get out of China. Now,
Yes.
having said that, the people that have arrived in Thailand this week, Chinese have been, I think, number 2 or 3 of the people. So I'm not sure on what basis they're coming out. But for everybody else, the Chinese are strongly discouraged from going overseas at the moment, and they face very strict rules when they head back home. In mainland China, they're imposing a 14-day quarantine, followed by another 7 days where people have to stay at their own home.
Wow.
So in total, it's like 21 days of quarantine.
Okay.
Now, at Bangkok Suvarnabhumi Airport, airline staff checking people in to go back to China, they have got some fairly draconian restrictions that they have to pass. One, they have to do a swab test 7 days before they get on the plane. Then they have to do another antibody test 48 hours before they get on the plane. And probably when they get to China, they have to do some more. And in social media, it's been quite a common thread for Chinese people warning against travelling to travelling to Thailand due to the, still high COVID infections. And they're saying, just stay at home in China, it's much safer. So all these things are really not going to help Chinese people coming back to Thailand anytime soon. So anytime the TAT are trying to work out projections, they're really going to have to take out a good quarter of the previous numbers that used to be coming, because for now, there aren't going to be many Chinese people on their way back to Thailand.
Right.
That's the dragon in the room.
That's the dragon in the room. And guess what? Those were only the updates. We're now going to move into our topics. First topic for today will be regarding, of course, taking a smooth segue into the TAT have revised their goal for the amount of tourists that will be entering Thailand by the end of the year. Now,
So let me get this straight, Jay.
Yes.
The Tourism Authority of Thailand
yes,
are revising down their projections?
yes.
I don't believe that.
Exactly. I was surprised myself. TAT first came out and said that they were expecting around 1 million tourists to come within the first quarter, the next 4 months. They were quite optimistic that it would be by the end of December that they'd hit around 1 million. However, they've now revised down and said that it won't be 1 million, it'll be 700,000.
Okay. More revising down from the TAT. Well, at least they're sort of doing the revising down publicly.
Yes.
in the past, it's been organisations in the media who have said, these are the actual numbers, not the numbers you've actually projected. So,
well, Tim,
maybe they're getting ahead of the curve.
Talking about numbers, I've got some numbers here for you. Now, the Phuket Sandbox has been the most successful that out of all the other sandboxes. It was also the first one to open to actually allow tourists into Thailand. It has been the most successful with 60,649 visitors within the 4 months starting from July 1st to October 31st. Another 25,000 arrived in the Samui Plus program. At the start, we all were talking about how badly it was doing, but then they added the 7+7 sandbox extension, the special tourist visa, the Thailand privilege card, medical tourism plans, and others for a total of 85,845 people. So far there have been 85,845 people, and with the reopening, they're expecting that number to eventually end up to 700,000. Highly optimistic. Is it possible?
Let's say that the 60-odd thousand people coming in through the Phuket Sandbox,
yes,
we've established many times that only about half of those people are actually tourists.
Yes.
The rest of the people were returning Thais. That was a big chunk. And then, of course, other travellers coming in to get back to their families, their homes. So, again, we just need to remind the TAT to perhaps publish the true facts and not try and gild the lily.
Gild the lily.
Yeah, it's probably very old-fashioned.
Okay, right. Moving on to our second topic. Pattaya's back in the news. Guess what? For what, Tim?
Let me say, this would be our daily raid story. There's always one a day.
That's right. Police have raided a Pattaya beach bar and arrested almost 30 people.
Oh dear, what have they done this time?
Well, like we know, Chonburi is not in the blue zone. It is still in the red zone. Alcohol sales in entertainment venues is still not allowed. They are allowed in restaurants, I believe. Remain closed and bans alcohol at restaurants. Actually, no, they are not. They're not allowed to actually go out and drink in public areas. However, one beach bar in Pattaya, people were inside. They were dancing. They were drinking. And police got news of it, or they heard the music. That's what they say. A tip-off. They heard the music from their station 10 kilometers away. Well, some snitch or some person gave away the news that people are partying, and the police raided them again and arrested the owner as well as some people. That's the news.
I'm just reading some of the comments. Do you want me to just read a few of these?
Sure, please, go ahead.
Do you want to have a break at some stage, by the way?
I will take a break right after this, yeah.
So we've got Jason saying, Maggie Mays and the Cave Cub ladies need to go back to live stream. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but thank you very much. Filma says, Tim, and updates about the smoke season that's coming soon. Has the government done anything to prevent the haze?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm tipping the answer is a confident no. We'll be in, from January, February, March, April, we'll be reporting the haze around Bangkok and all the fires around Chiang Mai and northeast Thailand. Again, we do it every year, and I don't believe that anything will change this year. Okay. Despite Thailand signing up to a huge reduction of carbon emissions at the COP21 thing happening in the UK at the moment. Yeah.
Just the last few comments on Pattaya before we take a break. Local bar and restaurant owners have obviously come out and said that, hey, we need to revive the tourism here. People do come here for the vibrant party scene and, to have fun in Pattaya. The city's mayor, Kun Sontaya Kunplum, said 80% of the population in Pattaya is fully vaccinated against COVID-19, and the Chonburi Communicable Disease Committee is developing a plan to reopen bars and nightclubs. So that does sound like good news. We don't really know how long it will take. Maybe 2 weeks, I guess. That's when they start to reassess the situation. We hope that Pattaya can get back upon its feet.
Well, places like Pattaya and Phuket are very dependent on tourism.
Yes.
They say in Phuket it's probably 95% of the people there are somehow either working directly for tourism or indirectly, as in being married to somebody or working in a school where expats who are working in the tourism industry send their kids, etc., etc. So, good luck to people in Pattaya. They really need to get their numbers down so that the government can then go, we're going to open up the bars again. I think that'll make people very happy.
Right, it's now time to take a break. We will be back and talk about a little dip again into politics. We'll be talking about hemp-based cosmetics, and we've brought Only in Thailand back. We've got some fun stuff coming up for you. We'll be back.
Got to take this because we're changing our set on Monday.
Yes.
So I'll put this away.
Where are you taking Tabitha?
Going.
Right, Tim's off. We'll be back right after this. And welcome back to Good Morning Thailand. I'm Jay, this is Tim, and we're live.
And we've got plenty of people who are sending us messages.
Yes.
This is one from Sean saying, mates got raided about a week ago, 50,000 baht to the policeman's ball. No receipts.
Allegedly.
No receipts, and we won't get raided again.
Okay.
Sounds like a fair fine to pay. From Guillaume, who says, been waiting for my Thailand Pass for 3 days, starting to be scared. Now, we had on the program yesterday Mike Kenner, who's in the UK,
Yes.
and had a flight back to Thailand today, but he hadn't had a successful upload of his information to the Thailand Pass website. So we're not sure whether Mike's going to be back in Thailand next week or not.
Yes.
We haven't heard anything, so good luck.
Hashtag where's Mike?
There might be a spare seat on an aeroplane coming out of the UK to Thailand today.
Possibly. All right, let's move on to our next comment or story, which is regarding the Thai Prime Minister. Now, Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha, Tim, has made clear that his government will not amend the country's controversial lese majeste law.
That's Section 112 of the Criminal Code.
That's right. Deputy Government Spokesperson Kun Rashada Dandirek said yesterday that the Prime Minister has told his cabinet that his government will not amend the law and will run the country by upholding the three main pillars, namely the nation, the religion and the monarchy.
Well, there has been debate this week from different political parties and some leading politicians about their stance on Section 112. Some of the opposition parties want to bring an alteration to Parliament to amend the Criminal Code, or even abolish Section 112 and 116 altogether. Section 116 refers to treason, which is sort of a slightly different thing. But there was the cat amongst the pigeons was the former PM Thaksin Shinawatra during the week, who said, well, I'm not really worried about Section 112. And that was definitely quite different from the opposition's stance, which wanted amendments or its abolishment. And he said it's not the Section 112, no problems with the monarchy, it's the way that the Section 112 has been potentially mishandled by the courts and sort of weaponised to stop dissenting views.
That's right.
Including the protesters.
Yep. The Prime Minister was further quoted saying, every country has long-standing cultures and traditions. No one thinks all the good in our past should be erased in favour of the new, created without rules. We shouldn't be destroying what all Thais hold in high regard. I don't think it would be all Thais, however, that is what the Prime Minister has said. All right.
Gijo George, one of our members, talking on our forum today, says after ASQ booking, how to book for regular hotel booking. Well, you just go on to an OTA like Booking.com, Agoda, Hotels.com. There's plenty of others, and we're not recommending any of them in particular, except to say that, once if you're on the what they call it, a test and go scheme in the Thailand Pass, that means you stay in the ASQ or SHA hotel for one night, then you can go anywhere you like.
That's right. Tim, some good news for you. Thailand has now approved the 218 formula for cannabis hemp-based cosmetics.
Oh, yes. How does this work?
I don't know much about it. It's very scientific, so I'm just going to briefly explain that the Thai Food and Drug Administration, the TFDA, has approved 218 formulae for cannabis and hemp-derived cosmetics, paving the way for their domestic production. So as Thailand opens up to cannabis and hemp-based cosmetics, food, edibles, Thailand's just basically improving and accepting cannabis and hemp-based products. So, but now you can find them in cosmetics. Isn't that what you use every morning for your facelift?
They're basically allowing any sort of hemp-based product except the original one that people like to smoke.
Yes.
So this, I'm not sure. I've not read much in the past about the medicinal advantages of rubbing hemp-based cream all over your face. If it does any good, clearly I haven't been using it. But I don't know, did you get any side effects like, well, that feels good?
Well, not much information on side effects yet. I guess that was just the news that they're allowing it. The fact that, Thailand has been so closed to cannabis and hemp-based products for so long, for edibles, for smoking, for a lot of things, eventually, I'm guessing this is the future. Throughout 2022, I believe more news will come out and more acceptance of more different types of products.
I think, hemp obviously is able to be used for producing clothing.
Yes.
And things like paper and making bags, so it makes a good fabric. And it's a renewable crop, so all that's good. But here's another one. We've got the
good news for
hemp-based cream.
Yeah.
We'll ask our expert in the makeup department, Natty. Do you know anything about hemp-based face cream? Have you ever heard of that? It's a fancy.
You can ask her. You can ask her that on Good Morning Thailand on Monday.
Oh, because Natty's going to be joining us.
That's right, Natty. We're going to be having a guest every day of the week, and Natty will be there on Monday. So stay tuned and ask her about hemp-based cosmetics.
I had to remove the plant because we're going to have other things here on the table.
That's right.
Which is apparently being.
There's going to be 3
replaced.
people here. How are we going to fit? What are we going to do? What's the set going to be like? I don't know.
Well, Natty and I will sit
us.
here, and then you can sit over there.
On the side where I belong.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Let's talk about some fun topics. We're back.
Fun.
With only in Thailand, right?
Oh, okay.
Now, let me just start off with Thailand's favorite actor for 2021, Mr. Russell Crowe.
Oh, gee.
As some of you might have known, Russell Crowe has been in Thailand. He was here shooting a movie.
How could you miss it?
He has now left Thailand. However, he misses Thailand. Here's a picture that he posted, actually on Twitter, I believe. He tweeted with the caption, "I miss Thailand."
We just wanted to do another picture here, I think.
But and I never knew he was so fun. While he was here, he posted a picture with a monitor lizard, and he had the caption, "Oh, my buddy." And then
he's all right.
Yeah, he took a picture of like the electrical wires, and he had the caption "Bangkok dreaming." So I mean, he was clearly having fun, accepting Thailand, accepting everything that we have here, and just living the dream, basically.
Speaking of movies made in Thailand, Russell Crowe was here in Thailand making a movie for a few months. Mm-hmm. Have you seen Fast and Furious? I don't know what we're up to. I think it's number 9.
9? Yeah. No, I have not.
Okay. The first 20 minutes or so were shot in Krabi.
Oh, okay.
So we believe, I think it was about 3 years ago, we sort of said, well, they're in Krabi shooting a movie. Well, the movie's out, and that first 20 minutes or so, all the scenery is around Krabi.
Cool.
Now you know.
Now you know.
Otherwise, it's a pretty silly film.
But he's no Russell Crowe. He was not in Gladiator. Okay. And that's all that matters. But yes, he's been dubbed Mr. Tourism Ambassador for Thailand by Thai netizens. Very popular in Thailand right now. And secondly, now we have special exclusive pictures from Tim Newton himself on his way to wherever he hangs out after work.
Hang on. This is the building next door.
Oh, is it?
They've been renovating this building for, I don't know, about 50 years. They just never seem to be doing anything.
This is in the middle of Asok, which is a prime office area, quite
CBD,
busy.
you call it, Central Business District. A lot of businesses around here.
Yeah.
And they've got a hoarding all wrapped around the building, and they've got a few signs up.
That's right.
I'm sure they're meant to be very clever, but I couldn't quite figure them out.
Tim struck a gold mine. Listen to these words of wisdom. Here's the first picture that says, "Scar that light up the night." I mean, it's so deep.
Scar that light of the night?
Up the night.
Up the night.
I believe that's what it said.
What the hell does that mean?
And the second one, which is even more deep, which says, "A heart is not a hole."
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I was thinking that the hole was meant to be spelled W-H-O-L-E. It sort of makes it sort of a little bit more profound, but no less
Well,
weird.
grammatically it makes sense, but the sentence itself just doesn't really make sense.
A heart is not a hole.
Yeah. I believe like there's something needs to come before that for that sentence to make sense. Like, don't mess with my heart. My heart is not a hole.
Can I just go through some of these?
Yes.
We're about to wrap up. Have we got any more?
Yeah.
I'll go through these.
Lastly, I'm going to leave you with my own words of wisdom, an homage to the once great TLC music band. My comment for the viewers, don't go chasing waterfalls, guys. It's a Friday, don't go chasing waterfalls. It's better than a heart is not a lie.
My father, my dearly departed father, he once said to me, he sat me down, I don't know, when I was in my late teens, and said, "Tim, I've got something to share with you." I think it was something profound. It's about, thought, oh no, it's the sex education talk. But he sat down and he said, "Now, Tim, nothing higher than the piano."
What?
And I sort of nodded knowingly at the time, thinking my father is clearly insane. Nothing, and then to this very day, I still walk around going, what the hell was he talking about? Nothing higher than the piano. But it's almost as good as the hoardings on the building next to us in the Sock Road. Gijo has got back to us again and says, "Hello, Tim. Which places other than Pattaya, Bangkok, Phuket has very good scenery?" Well, where do we start? Try Krabi. Kanchanaburi. Try Phang Nga. Wow,
Loi.
Phang Nga.
Phang
Khao Lak.
Yes.
Around Phang Nga, you've got some magnificent views of those sort of karst islands in Phang Nga
It depends
Bay.
what kind of view you're looking for as well. Like, so Phang Nga is very foresty. And you go to Khao Lak, you've got beautiful beaches. You can go to Rayong near Bangkok. You can go to Kanchanaburi for the scenic.
Sure, people are going to be sort of responding here, but like places like Chiang Mai, obviously.
Oh, Chiang Rai are gorgeous. Great weather as well.
What are they?
Are gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
They're gorgeous places. Seriously,
So
amazing.
there are some really...
That's my retirement home. I'm moving to Chiang Mai. I'm in love with Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai.
The hills, thank heavens for that. The hills up the back of Hua Hin on the... Why are you watching us on...
I'm trying to find the comments.
Okay.
Please continue.
The hills on the back of Prachuap Kiri Khan in Phetchaburi, they're very beautiful as well.
Yep.
Mac has responded to the meme on the sign, and he says, "Ladyboy is not a hole."
Well,
Okay. Bobby D says, "Edibles are the incredible, lasts for hours." Bobby D has been telling us a lot in the forum exactly what he thinks about Thailand and its move towards decriminalising marijuana and allowing the legalisation of hemp products.
here's a good one. Larry Connolly says, maybe Crowe will show up for New Year's celebration. Instead of Lalisa, we've got Andrea Bocelli, Russell Crowe.
Well, Russell Crowe's got a band.
He does.
Yeah, it's a pretty grungy band, but he is a singer and he has performed at different times, not particularly well known for his vocalisation, but he does have a band. But I'm not sure whether he'd attract a lot of people. Maybe a few die-hard Australians.
Maybe a die-hard Australians. All right, anyways, yep. That's it for the show today. If you do want your comments to be heard and to feature on the show, please leave us video messages. That is at bites@thetiger.com. BITES@thetiger.com. We've already got 3. We've got spots left for about 15 per episode.
Yeah, we'd be going to get 15 in.
Try to keep them short, 20 seconds.
20 seconds, maximum.
Landscape. Yeah, try to keep your phone landscape, 20 seconds. Please be, no nudity, no profanity is preferable.
Well, no nudity unless you look really good, then maybe would consider it.
Yeah, no. Anyways, that's it. That's all we have for the episode today. We hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my waffling and my grammatical errors. And we hope that you have a great Friday and a great weekend. Stay tuned for the shows on the weekend. That's from me and Tim. A goodbye, as well as Jason and Shai. Have a great Friday.